Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 7, Episode 35, all about the Vegas Drone Meetup. I have Mr. Bob Demps and Tom Dowling with us tonight. Ron's going to join us here in a little bit. Got a lot of natives already in the chat here, and let's go ahead and get everybody situated here. Drone Shots is here. Jaybird is here. Akarasho, Leonard Oglesby, Captain Ray. Joe Merrick is here. Let's see who else we got. Johnny is here. Richard is here. Art is here. Dr. Ted is here. Drone. All right. Yeah, we got a full house tonight. Well, as you know, with the title of the show, you know what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to spend some time talking about the Vegas Drone Meetup because I think, and I got to say this, for me, and I think I probably shared this with you, Bob. Nuclear second, I would go, but for us, it's not a question of money; it's a question of vacation time. Okay, and my vacation time is booked for December because every December, early December, we go up and see my kids and grandkids in Ohio. So
Santa Claus, I understand.
Yeah, because
understand.
in the one thing that I tell people, I see a lot of people playing devil's advocate and stuff, and I'm like, you know what, and their complaint. The first complaint I hear is, well, it's like an arm and a leg to get there, and I said, you know what, if you fly out of a major city, any major city in the United States to Vegas, okay, it is a low airfare. It is not exorbitant at all. And it's almost
just don't wait till the last minute, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do it now. We've been trying to encourage people, do it now. If you've got the idea, buy the plane ticket now. Southwest plane tickets are transferable with no penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So if you change your mind, you do something else, but buy the tickets now. That's buy
the tickets now if we're going to do this. So
it really is. Michael Wright, he's in the chat here. He said he had to wait 6 months Southwest wouldn't sell a ticket until 6 months
before 180 days, right?
Yeah,
and
180 days,
correct.
Yeah.
And you got the absolute cheapest fare.
And Bill, there's no doubt it's an expensive trip. There is no doubt. This is a major destination. It's like if we had a drone meetup in Honolulu. Okay, we completely understand that.
Yes,
but again, we're giving you an excuse to come to Vegas.
Absolutely.
Okay? If you haven't been here, the place is larger than life. It really is. Okay, but no, we completely understand, and we know not everybody can make it. We appreciate that. Like last few years, I haven't been able to make the South Florida Drone Meetup. I told the wife we got to put it on the calendar. Every year we've had a conflict. In fact, last year it came down to whether I was going to go myself, but unfortunately we had a family issue, and those things come up. We completely understand it. But the great thing about this is, with Spin Up going away, we're going to fill that niche, and we're giving people an opportunity to flex that community muscle, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the great thing about meetups. I remember going to the Rhode Island drone meetup with Mark and his wife, my wife, Eddie, and Jamaris Nunez, and we had a blast. And I don't know that I got much flying in, Bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that's just what I told Bob when
connect.
Yeah, that's what I told Bob when Valerie and I saw him at the South Florida Drone Meetup. It's like, you know what? I said I got a news flash. I don't come here to fly. Okay.
Yeah. No, I come here to see the people. That's
exactly. Okay.
It's an event and it's fun and it is. It's been
it's a great time.
It's been like the most fun vacation. I came back from that first drone meetup, was like, I want to do that every year. That was so much fun. I mean, I have Ray, tell him I'm coming every year. We're planning, we've already got plans for this year. We have an event happening in San Juan, Puerto Rico the week before the drone meetup. So we're there.
Yeah, Bob's trying to reach deeper into my pocket, Bill.
we're in South Florida for 3 weeks. You know.
Well, you know, one of the things that really, you know, that I think is fantastic here, okay, is you spearheaded this, Bob, and Tom as well. You guys have taken the bull by the horns and you've run with this, and you've done a lot of hard work. And I think, you know, for us, and I think, you know, all of us in the drone community, we need to support you, okay? And that's why specifically I wanted to get you guys on here, because you know what, this is too important. You know, if you have the funds, if you have time off, you should get it. There should be no reason why you're not out there, okay?
Well,
the logistics, you're right, Bill. The logistics are a nightmare on trying to put an event like this together.
Oh yeah.
You know, but the great thing we have going for us is we have a target-rich environment. You know, we're not looking to inundate, you know, keeping everybody together in one place, although we have some great community events.
Yes.
But we want to also give people time to experience Vegas on their own.
Oh, yeah.
And then on Sunday, with these curated adventures we're setting up, you know, to give you everything for, you know, self-guided adventures where, you know, this is where you can fly. This is what's there. Here's where you can eat. Here's where you can use restrooms. You know, all of that. But you know, it really is a target-rich environment. Right?
There's a great, convenient. Yeah, we you know, I've been here for 5 years now flying drones, and Tom's been here for a couple years now.
Going on 3 in November.
And then we have a variety of other people in Las Vegas, and we've gone out and found ideal, unbelievable spots to fly from. Like, you can get some unbelievable shots of not just the desert,
everything,
but from I get a place where you can fly up from at one spot, get up to about 300 feet, and you're looking over a mountain and right into the Las Vegas Strip. I mean, it is there's some beautiful, beautiful spots here that are all legal to fly at. You know, we don't want anybody breaking any laws. You know, we do know there's some people that have the ability to get, you know, complete
zero grid
clearance, and are going to fly down, you know, down Bellagio Fountain into, you know, into the Sphere. And, you know, we have drone pilots here that have a month-long approval to fly the Sphere, you know, at a time. I mean, it is possible. We don't want to just tell anybody no.
And I have to pull Bob back just a little bit here, okay?
But
folks, to fly in zero grid, I got to tell you this, and I'm from New York City.
Sure.
Las Vegas is the second most difficult place to fly after Washington, D.C., even beats New York, okay? Yeah. As far as flying on the Strip. So it's not as easy as going to Lance and getting your zero grid and doing your, you got to do a few different things, of course. But there's information out there regarding that. And, you know, our friends have flown here and have flown the Strip area, like Vic Moss. Vic has flown the Strip. Vic will be flying the Strip that weekend.
DSPA is going to be doing things on the Strip. Yes,
on the Strip. So there are requirements, and the basic one is a Part 107. If you're a recreational flyer, then watch YouTube and watch everybody else's work that actually flies the Strip.
We can take you to a city park.
Have tons of places to fly.
Should we tell them about Charles Freeze Park?
Bob, you know, you're showing all the cards in your hand already. And come on, man. This is Vegas. Vegas, buddy.
Park is on the west side of town. It's about 2 miles from the center of the Strip. You can go straight up to 150 feet there, and it is a killer shot.
Killer vista.
And especially if you have a Mavic 3 with a 7-time or some of these, you know, great lenses and stuff like that. It's a great place for a great shot. You'll be proud of. You know?
Yeah, there are. I mean, being able to fly in Red Rock Canyon.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a national.
Bill, I know you had a
recreational
schedule here
area.
too.
Yeah, so
you want to go through your schedule?
No, that's
Fantastic
fine. I
spot.
wanted to let you guys talk for a little bit here. I want to cover just a couple of things here real quick. And the first thing that I do want to cover because there's not a lot out there, it's about the Neo. Okay. Now, I just wanted to throw some pictures up. Jasper Allen's has been the one that's been sharing information
closely.
Igor hasn't been really doing that.
These are the leather glove pictures. Yes.
Right. The leather glove pictures. And then there's one, somebody,
Best Buy,
oopsie.
Oops.
And then
which Bill, I've been checking my Best Buy out every day. Okay. I'm hoping for a viral video.
Which one are you going to, Tom? Are you going to Mark's or are you going to
Mark's?
Rainbow?
Going to Mark's. No, I'm going to Mark's.
Okay.
You can cover Rainbow.
I'll go up to Rainbow. Okay. That's
Good.
Well, and I think one thing that I don't think that I think most of us know, but a lot of the general public doesn't know, this thing fits in the palm of your hand. This is not even a mini drone. Okay. And I don't think people don't, they're not comprehending this when I try to get this message across. It's like ultra tiny. Okay. It's 135 grams. This thing is ultra tiny. And then also too, the other thing I'm telling people is this. Okay. This is not a drone, especially, and I can tell you, like right now, the way the weather's been, okay, the weather has not been cooperative here where we are as far as wind is concerned, okay? Because I think anything over 10 or 15 miles an hour, you're not going to be able to, if you take it up 5 to 10 feet off the ground, that's going to be your best, okay? Because it's going to go all over the place. All right.
Yeah, that may be where your best work is going to be, is 5 or 10 feet away from the ground. But
exactly, with a drone like that, exactly, Bob. So and I think people need to realize that with this drone, though, is they really kind of think, oh, I can do what I can do with a mini, and then like, no, it's not there, folks. Okay, we're not.
If there was 15-mile-an-hour gust, I probably wouldn't go,
exactly with that.
But I do think this is going to be a fun indoor-outdoor thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, again, I mean, if you own an Avata 2, I think it's a no-brainer. To me, it's a no-brainer to pick up for around $300 for that Fly More combo, because compatibility with the Goggles V3, compatibility with the MC3, it's a great indoor flyer, but it's got some significant features. Like, look, we've all complained about not having enough internal storage on our drones, right? And like 8 gigs doesn't cut it. Here you finally have something with 22 gigs on board, okay? Yeah. Which for this drone is more than enough.
3 batteries. That's going to be all your batteries.
Yeah, and compatibility with the mic too, which I'm wearing right there.
Yeah.
I mean, being able to auto sync and being able to narrate while you're flying means your time from capture to release is so much quicker.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Ron, how are you, bro?
Hey, Ron.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you tonight?
Good. Doing good. We're just talking about the Neo and why I'm buying it. I'm buying it as an indoor flyer.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. Something I can play with, something I can have a good time with. But overall, Bill, I think the deciding factor is going to be the quality of the camera. It always, to me, comes down to the quality of the image that I can get out of the product. So if they can just meet that mark, and with that new Pro Max, okay, that just got shown to a lot of people, I don't compare this drone to that. Especially not at a price point, I don't. Okay.
Right.
But, that Pro Max, look, 8K, there's nothing but data to play with there. You can crop to your heart's content. All that's great. But to me, this is an easy entry. $300 out of your pocket. You basically got a Fly More combo solution there. And being able to even fly it without a controller. Yeah. So that just widened the market as far as I'm concerned to to new members of our community.
Exactly.
Look at it
That's
that way,
very well
right?
put, Tom.
I'm
Very
going to counterpoint Tom here, Bill. I have fears that outside this, the Neo being a good selfie drone, palm drone, whatever, it'll as far as being an FPV drone and a camera drone, it'll be toy quality and anything else but being a selfie drone. I mean, I'm not pre-reviewing everything. I'm just afraid that it's going to be kind of a outside of a selfie. It'll be a toy drone. Like a lot of people. I mean, you may have opportunities to fly indoor for reason. I like if I fly one time a year indoors, that's a big year for me.
Yeah. I wouldn't because of the drone that I have.
So I'll come right back at you, Ron. So now, as a Part 107 flyer, this actually opens up a nice little market, because now that people have seen fly-throughs of Wrigley Field, fly-throughs of the bowling alley, wow, there's a fantastic. I'm trying to remember who just did the fly-through up on Fremont Street.
Fremont Street, yeah.
But this is something you can go to your local pub, your local restaurant, and offer a service for them as a little fly-through. And guess what? It doesn't come with any constraints from the FAA about flying over people or anything else, because you're indoors. And indoors means FAA, I'm not in your wheelhouse.
Of course, I worry with the camera specs on the Neo. I worry about how good it'll be in kind of a
low light
scenario without a lot of light.
That's to be borne out, right, Ron? That is definitely something to be borne out, right?
Until it's actually released, yes.
Yeah, that's the film. That's a great point, guys. That's the film I want to see. That's the video I want to see, like from the reviewers when they go out there and test it. I want to see this indoors. I want to see how it does with the lighting indoors.
Bill, I'm hoping it's an f1.7. Okay, I think if it's an f1.7, and also to what they've been able to do with senses now, and how clean some of this video is coming out of these smaller senses that DJI has released. I'm optimistic. I am.
Yeah,
optimistic.
I agree. There could be some software, magic going on there that makes it perform better than the
stack sensor.
An iPhone doesn't have a 1-inch sensor here. They're doing magic with this. Incredible stuff.
Let me come back one more time on Tom though with the little Hover Air Max Pro Max. I can't get these names out.
Hover Pro Max.
I'll just say the Pro Max. I can't say the rest of it. And Eddie News did a video. He was at a demonstration in New York. He just put the video up today.
Yeah.
We don't know the aperture on that camera either, whatever, but we do know that it has a bigger image sensor. And also Eddie revealed today that comes with a controller now. You could buy an additional controller for that thing. Actually, a beacon, a wand type controller, and a controller that's kind of all in one. He put his phone in, so you could do that same kind of fly through in a bar with that Pro Max with that that controller.
Again, depending on the sensor, right?
Yes.
And how clean the image comes out. I mean. Is it going through a series of denoising as it's being processed? All that, all that's to be borne out at this point.
Stacking.
What I like about the Pro Max, is the AK30, which basically means you can crop that sucker down because nobody is showing AK video on YouTube, folks.
Tom,
I've been editing down nicely. So you could crop it in twice and still look like 4K video
and not lose anything.
You're going to need an incredible machine to do 8K editing. Okay, I got to tell you. I mean,
you need a decent GPU. Okay, it all comes out to GPU with a lot of RAM.
Yeah,
and we know that GPU costs more than our drones these days. So,
when I had the Altel Evo 2 Pro that was 6K. I was editing video on not a new computer at the time. It didn't seem to have trouble handling 6K off the Evo 2 Pro. I don't know how that relates to this 8K, but of course, if you do have a slow computer, you can always go 4K 60 with it. I got a call. Sorry. It
really comes down to the codec and how well the codec is, and whether you have an Apple machine or Windows-based OS, and what chipset you have. Because, people on the Windows side, me being one of them, I had problems, even with a ton of GPU. I had problems until I switched my processor over because it was having trouble with the codecs that were coming out of the camera. But once I switched it over, man, I kind of sailed through it at that point. I really don't have any issues. I edit in Premiere Pro.
Yeah,
I'm a Mac person, so
I'm not Mac. Bill's point is taken though. If you buy a drone like that or whatever, you probably got to make sure your hardware is up to it. But again, I think we're losing one point here. I think that, again, well, just opinion only here, that we're looking at both these drones, the Hub, the Max Pro, the Neo. We're looking at things that they probably don't do as well as their main intention to be a selfie drone. They probably are both going to be very good selfie drones, come out of your hand, orbit around you while you're riding a bike. But we're looking at the things that they probably don't do quite as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Now, again, one of my concerns with the Neo is the top speed, which is what now purported to be around 17 miles an hour, I think. So as a selfie drone, realize we're not, Ron, you mentioned riding your bike, right? Okay. Well, today we all have electric bikes. They do 25 miles an hour, a one wheels, we're up there at 30 miles an hour on a one wheel. So that poses an issue that I see. Okay.
Right. And our DJI drones, even our big DJI drones like Mavic 3s and Air 3s, whatever, they don't do a very good job tracking if you're on an electrical vehicle or a fast moving vehicle. They track people walking in the park well. But once you're up at going at a fast speed, they're going to lose you at some point or another. So my point here, if DJI can't get that tracking down better than they do now on their expensive drones, can we expect it to work better on a $300 drone?
Oh no, because your expectations have to be grounded to some point. Right?
Yeah.
But like I was saying earlier, this definitely will expand the community. Now the question is, and I was kind of relieved when I heard about the Canadian premature release. Okay, because what my main concern with this was that it was going to be a regional only release. And that it was only going to be Asia that was going to see it first. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now it looks like at least it's in North America.
Yeah.
So that we'll have an opportunity to purchase it. We have to realize what the drone is for and take it for what it is. I mean, it's going to sit in the bag with my Avata 2. Now, my Avata 2, I love flying the Avata 2 with the MC3. Okay. Make any disparaging comments you want about that thing. To me, that makes it very, very immersive because you don't fly a fighter jet like this.
No,
you fly.
I'm with you, Tom. The only way I fly is with that. I always forget the name of the thing.
Motion control.
MC.
That's the only
way I fly. Some people have called it something else, Ron. We won't go into that. But
dildo.
Yes. But the thing is that keep this in mind. If I'm trying to film a vehicle with the Avata 2, then the only way I'm able to do that is in manual mode. Okay. Mm-hmm. Using the RC.
Right.
Okay. So you got to realize, and Bob, remember when we spoke at NAB to DJI? My two things to them was, hey, give me a little faster speed with my MC3, my motion controller. Mm-hmm. Okay, and they turned around to me and they basically said, well, realize we put those constraints in place to cut down on the number of repairs that people would submit. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, because the MC3 is seen as a much easier device to fly, and they didn't want to have you moving that thing at about 60 miles an hour with an MC3.
Yeah. So, just to kind of wrap things up here on this, what we're probably going to get on the 29th will be the email regarding this. And then the release on the 5th is what is in line with everything that I'm hearing. So just kind of stay tuned to this. And one of the things I want to kind of draw a parallel, and first an announcement. I am doing a triple cast tonight. You know, every Tuesday night, you know, we go not only to Build a Drone Reviewer, but I have Build a Drone Reviewer Classics channel. Okay. And now I'm also going to Build a Technology Reviewer. Okay. That was actually my very first channel. I started that before Build a Drone Reviewer. Okay.
Right.
5 months before I started this channel, I started Build a Technology Reviewer. I've injected some life. I pumped it up a little bit. We're going to do a lot of accessory reviews.
Are you still doing the ham radio show too?
And I'm still doing the ham radio show too. And I kind of want to bring that up, which is real interesting here, because there's a real interesting dynamic here. You know, how when there's a new product announcement that comes out, okay, and, you know, everybody will slice it and dice it like a Ginsu knife, and it's all over the place. And everybody's having their opinion about it. Well, 2 new radios came out. They had the Tokyo Ham Fest over the weekend, okay? And the big manufacturers are ICOM and Yaesu, and they're both over in Japan, okay?
Yeah.
And they both each are going to put out a new radio. It'll probably be in early 2025. And I'll tell you what, I've gone out to a lot of the ham radio groups. You would have thought Armageddon was going to be hitting next week, all right?
They're more fanatical than the drone guys.
Oh my gosh, it's the doom and the gloom is just through the roof here. And you know what I said to everybody? I said, you know what? There's new radios coming out. Enjoy that. And you know, and this is what I tell people when a new drone is coming out. You know what? Number one, enjoy what you have already. And number two, if you're gonna get it, enjoy it. Okay. Don't lament, you know, it doesn't do this, or wish we do that. You know what? You can if yourself into oblivion. Okay. And you know, the whole thing is just to say, you know what? Enjoy for what it is. And Johnny had a good comment down there. He says, you know what? This is going to be a fun drone. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? With all the talk that we had about the drone ban and all this, this is some positive talk here. Okay. Yep. This is a positive point here. And I want to kind of emphasize that. You know what? Now, and what I'm going to do is this, Bob, Tom, I want you guys to, you know, if you want to share your screen, go for it. Do everything you want to. You know, we're going to do a 4-on-1 about the Vegas meetup.
I can run down our slide deck here if you don't mind.
Go for it.
I'll do it. Let's see. Think I got it ready. There we go. There's Tom did this logo. We both did a logo, and maybe that's part of the confusion here. You know, Tom did this logo, and we have this in 3D. I mean, and it is amazing. And we got keychains, and we have a variety of stuff of this, you know, kind of thing. But this is a bigger one. This was the original prototype, right?
This was my prototypes, yeah.
Anyway, so I really liked it a lot. So, and this is the deal. I mean, yes, you got to get to Las Vegas, and you got to, you know, be here for these days. And, you know, the other, you know, South Florida has been free. Spin Up was a charge. Minefield was free, you know, but we decided that instead of, you know, we would add everything into this and make this a great deal. So you get there, we're going to have a party at the bar near the hotel, right next door to the hotel. It's walking distance from the hotel. And, you know, we probably will have a sponsor that's going to sponsor a 1 or 2 rounds of for everybody, you know, kind of thing. And then we're going to, there's pool tables there. There's everything else that we've, you know, had in Florida. Anyway, on Saturday, we could fly out early. Oh, what's happening?
You can go back and show his screen, right? I have the other video queued up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, So, and then we have a brunch at the hotel, and the hotel. I have to tell you, you gotta see this hotel. It is a beautiful, beautiful place.
It's a resort.
You and your family, you want to bring your wife, you want to bring kids. I mean, it is really a place that you would like to enjoy. And it's about $65 more a night than the Hampton Inn in South Florida. Okay. So it is more money. We knew that, and it just doing it in Las Vegas instead of Stuart, Florida is, we understood it was going to be more money.
We have resort fees out here.
A resort fee. And that's just, I'm seeing that everywhere in the world, not at Hampton Inns yet, but I am seeing that everywhere else in the, tourist industry there. So, and we've negotiated both rates down. And so anyway, that's the hotel is going to be a great time. And they have really expressed interest in really making sure everybody there has a great time. We don't have permission from the hotel for us to fly on the hotel property. Okay, not yet. Okay, and maybe not ever, but we will.
Actually, Bob, right? We're trying to get them. We're trying to talk to management there about sponsoring an image contest using drones. Who can take the best image and then give you, a voucher for one of the world-class restaurants? Because when we talk about this place now, we're not actually talking about a hotel. This is a resort. And this resort has a world-class casino. It's got major, major restaurants. It's got a food court. It's got 2 different Starbucks in it. It's got a beach pool, a spa, a 10-screen cinema, Regal Cinema. It's got an arcade. And then it sits in the middle of what's called the district. So the district is another set of shopping and eateries. So it's a gorgeous spot, and it's just a beautiful. I think it's right between where Bob and I live. So it's like roughly 9 miles from me, about 7 miles from Bob, and it's 20 minutes from the airport.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's real close. It's real close. Now let me mention something, Bob, while you have this screen up right now. Why did we charge to attend? I know South Florida Drone Meetup, there's no charge to attend. But realize, folks, the logistics involved in this are such that in order for us to get the commitments for, working with Henderson Parks and Recreation, who are co-sponsors, by the way, and getting everything together, we really needed to solidify a head count. And the best way to do that is have people register and charge them for it. But what we're giving you for that $49.95 is a value that is far outweighs that cost. I mean, you're getting a T-shirt. There's a raffle ticket in there that will go to multiple giveaways. And Bob, if I can mention, DJI alone, just DJI, supplying over $5,000 in merchandise.
Wow.
Okay. And then we have Pilot Institute. Greg and team are giving away multiple Part 107 courses. Yeah. And if you're already a 107, I'm pretty sure on the side you can negotiate with Greg for one of his other courses, paid for courses. Okay. Yeah, those are just two of the sponsors right now that we've mentioned. And there are other sponsors that have stepped up for this. So, we're really looking forward to this because we know people are going to have a great time. So, and I'll bring it back to my
also
co-chair.
Let me interject, Tom, is that DJI is also bringing people here. So we will be you'll be able to, if you want to talk to somebody from DJI, you might there may be people that can talk technical or people that can talk about the drone ban that's trying to be go, and we will have people here that will be happy to talk and discuss. I know that
hopefully Frank Wang can make the trip.
What's that?
Hopefully Frank Wang can make the trip.
Frank Wang wants to be here. We would love to have Frank here, and I've been developing a relationship with DJI for the last couple of years since the drone bans have been announced, and fortunately, I'm in a position that I know a lot of politicians and am able to communicate with a lot of politicians. And so DJI and I have been a lot of conversations together, and hopefully we've done some good. In fact, even today, I spoke with a U.S. Congresswoman's office, her legislative director, and we spoke for about 40 minutes on a Zoom type call today, and hearing my point of view and representing 22,000 old farts that are going to lose our hobby or our part-time job here, or our small business. So, and they were very open to hear about that.
Right. But Bob, you mentioned the politicians. There are politicians coming to this event.
Yeah. We have people that want to come, and we want to put drones in their hands.
Because look, as a crack dealer, there's no better way to get somebody hooked, right? You put that drone in their hands. Okay? Well, that's what I call one of my drones. That's what I named one of my drones with the FAA. Okay. So, but if we can put drones in their hands and let them fly, think about the first time you got to fly your drone.
Oh, yeah.
You caught the bug, right? So if we can do that and get some of these people on board, they'll understand. Hey, I always make the parallel to in 1908 on the beaches of Coney Island in Brooklyn, New York, you were prohibited from bringing a Brownie camera on the beach because you could potentially steal somebody's vanity. Okay. Now you can't walk a yard without bumping into somebody doing selfies or taking pictures, right? On that beach. So I look at it the same way with this. Plus, getting the media involved also.
Okay. Let's talk about Cornerstone Park, Tom.
Cornerstone, look at this. Park. Yeah, these are the picnic pavilions at Cornerstone Park. And we have both of them right now. Okay, they're covered pavilions with picnic tables and everything else, restrooms, outside,
water fountains,
in those parking lot right there. Where hopefully we're negotiating to have a couple of food trucks there, and maybe have it where vouchers are provided. So like $10 vouchers for those food trucks.
$5 or $10 vouchers would be.
Yeah, we're looking to do that with one of our
provided, kind of thing. And I don't know if you can
quick question: is that bouncy house included?
No, look, Ron, if you'd like to contact us for sponsorship on the bouncy house, just let us know.
Some people maybe come with young children.
Yes.
Yeah, but here's my concern,
your name on the outside of the bouncy house.
Here's my concern, Ron.
Bill the drone reviewer, bouncy house. Bill,
we can do almost anything. I'm just worried about, being a former paramedic. How many broken hips we should anticipate, okay? Because it might not just be the kids in there.
Nobody over a certain age allowed in there.
It should be that way, yes. Exactly.
This is what it looks like. There's water right from that spot. You go out to this huge lake that we can fly around and over and around and through the bridges. This is a few miles away. This is the Silver Bowl where UNLV football played for decades and decades until the Las Vegas Raiders moved into town and made a deal that they get to use their stadium too. So this stadium is abandoned and it's for sale. And I understand
Clark County just bought it.
$4.5 million or something like that.
Clark County just purchased
for sale.
So the abandoned at TV site at this point.
They play at the Allegiant Stadium now. They play where the Raiders play.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So immediately behind here,
Yeah, good.
is the AMA field for anybody that's, you know,
Spanish
if you've
field.
got a fixed wing aircraft, if you want to fly helicopters, this is an AMA field right here. That as long as you have your AMA card and I think $5, you're in at this AMA field here. Okay?
Quick question: were they allowed to fly those devices during football games?
They were flying airplanes,
Yes.
I think, during football
Yes,
games.
they were.
Yes.
Wow.
Because
Yes.
the NFC does not cover this area. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then up to the north in this picture, up to the
Right
north
here.
of this, which is actually to
See
the
my
east of
arrow?
it, is where Old Silver Bowl Park is. And on
Right
Sundays,
here.
Well,
that's a group of FPV races.
This is an
fly
FPV
in
racing.
Old Silver Bowl Park. Yeah.
wow.
So
we
they
got
put
a
up
lot
gates
going on. Yeah.
and all kinds of things. And right along this row of trees here is a great place to launch your camera drone, because you can then see the Las Vegas wetlands here along this. You see along the back here, that's a natural waterway.
Bob, wetlands in Las Vegas?
Wetlands in Las
Who would've
Vegas.
thunk?
Yes. There's a spring in the middle of this city that is why trains stopped here. It's why this Las Vegas was created. The word Las
old
Vegas
Spanish
means
Trail.
the meadows. That's what
Yeah.
Las Vegas means in Spanish.
It doesn't
And
mean
this
the
was a
slot
green
machines,
area.
It means the meadows, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, this is a
Good
great
story.
spot.
That's
This
very
is
interesting.
beautiful spot. I go out here probably once every other week.
Yeah.
With the wife, and we hang out here.
great spot. And this is what the rooms at Green Valley Ranch look like. I mean, they are very, very nice.
Very plush.
And they do have kings also. Yeah.
You will enjoy yourself.
You
This
wanna-
is
That looks like a giant landing pad there. That green.
Doesn't it, though?
It possibly could be, Ron.
It
I
may
mean, if we
be a
negotiate
giant
properly,
landing pad.
Yeah.
It
could be. It could
We
be. We're
actually
working
have
on
the
that,
Red
though.
Rock Search and Rescue Squad is going to do some demonstrations, and possibly the Las Vegas Metro Police Department.
Metro
We're still
Police.
having conversations. We've already had a conversation with the sheriff. Said we're going to support this and we'll be there. So that's
Look,
you know,
Henderson Park and Recreation are
yes,
also sponsors of our event.
and they're
Okay.
connecting us with their police departments and
And
fire
fire
departments. Yeah, so
So
that may all happen.
Hey, Bob, there's somebody in the chat concerned about rattlesnakes out there.
Nah,
you know what? I have yet to see one. I've threatened the wife with them,
I've seen one.
but I've yet to see one because she wants to go out in the
30
middle of the
years
desert
ago.
with her flip flops and cutoffs, and I always say no, rattlesnakes. Okay.
Well,
and then
I've
she
seen
says,
one
"Where?"
30 years
Yeah.
ago.
Well, see, in Florida right now, with all the rain that we've had recently, okay, rattlesnakes aren't a problem around here. The real problem are water moccasins, okay? Rattlesnakes will leave you alone, okay? Water moccasins are SOBs. They'll come after you, okay? My mother-in-law, after I first moved here, well, and you can tell, you know how you tell a water moccasin? It's super easy. They have a Zorro mask. They have it's like a band.
Oh,
Right.
See that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You head for the hills. You don't even come close to them because
No, you see the mask, you're gone. You know.
Yeah, our rattlesnakes are more community friendly. They give you a warning that they're in the area.
They're there before they strike. You'll be able to hear it.
Yeah.
You'll hear them.
The rattlesnakes
Yeah.
gone.
No, I saw a
we
rattlesnake
have-
in the desert probably maybe 30 years ago where I used to live. There we had a rattlesnake, a baby rattlesnake actually,
So
in the backyard.
our wildlife out here consists of, we have hummingbirds all over. In fact, they dive bomb me when I forget to fill the feeder. But we have we basically have roadrunners,
Coyotes.
and we have coyotes. As long as you don't see one running with an Acme sign, you're okay. But we have them; they're all over. Okay, we have rabbits. We have partridges, and
Sometimes
it's an
the
amazing
coyotes
area
and
of the
the bunny
country.
rabbits don't necessarily get along with each other.
Well, no, the ecosystem is what it is. But remember, we moved into their neighborhood.
Fish.
Yeah,
Yes.
we moved into their neighborhood.
That's
But you know,
right.
this area, the one thing I have to say, especially coming from being a transplant from the Northeast, is the diversity of landscape here is incredible. Because, like, it was just 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine came into town, and it was 109 on the Vegas Strip when we picked him up at the Virgin Hotel. And we went up to Mount Charleston, and it was a 40-minute drive, and it was 68 degrees. Okay?
Yeah.
And we have snow on our mountains here, usually from mid-September through late April. Now, this past year, Lee Canyon, actually, their last weekend of skiing was the first weekend in June, if you can imagine that.
Wow.
Because right next to us here, we're in the high desert. So Vegas is basically around 2,000 to 2,200 feet. I'm a little higher than that because I'm in the Black Mountains to the southeast, and I'm closer to 2,800 feet. But then Mount Charleston is 11,988 feet tall. So that's the diversity you have here. And that makes for a target-rich environment when it comes to.
And there are some great drone flying spots in between these two communities called Kyle Canyon and Lee Canyon. And the road in between there has some great opportunities in open airspace right there in the mountains.
I've captured on film wild horses.
Yes.
Up in the Level Canyon area.
Yes.
Okay. And we have wild burro all around as well.
Yes.
So it's nothing but opportunity.
Beautiful.
I have that video queued up, or you got a few more shots.
Go ahead.
No, that's a shot. That's a shot I took there. Go ahead, Bill. Oh, yeah. This is Tom's video there. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not getting any sound, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Tom shot this.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
This is Red Rock Canyon right there. This is part of Red Rock Canyon. This is
one of our flying
Magic
Red Rock.
Seven Magic Mountains.
All these places are places you can fly. Yes. This is
this is in the Red Rock Canyon area.
Yep.
This is the wetlands Bob was talking about.
Wow.
Behind that park by the football field.
This is called the Wheels of Misfortune. So these were an old mine, and those were drawing pits, and a graffiti artist basically painted a roulette wheel. This is Cornerstone Park right here.
Yep.
And of course, this is Jean Dry Lake Bed. This is the Spring Mountain Range.
Yep. And the hotel. Yay.
Nice.
Very
good. Deal.
Thank you.
Question for you. I noticed you said you guys have a meeting. Is there any kind of formal presentation that's going to go on during the meetup, or people just
during the brunch? And Bob, I'll let you cover that. Go ahead, Bob.
In the beginning of the meetup, where in the hotel, we'll actually have a setup for a buffet brunch that you can graze at, kind of thing. And then there's be tables all around that room where all the sponsors are, can put out their stuff and talk to people and stuff like that. And then we're going to have 3 or 4 people talk, I'm sure
panel discussions,
kind of thing. And then we're going to break to some informal conversations, break out into this room. We might have 10 people over here that are interested in mapping, or 10 people over here that want to, just brand new and need to, want a basic help, or, people that need, help with, video editing or something like that. I mean, just informal groups of conversations. And then that's going to go till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we're going to move from there to Cornerstone Park, that park with the big lake.
Okay.
And from there, we'll actually have a couple food trucks that are going to pull in. And so everybody will be able to eat and drink.
That'll be like lunch, Bob.
And fly. Pardon?
That'll be like lunch there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
for the with the food trucks. Yeah.
How far away is Cornerstone Park from the hotel?
It's about a 12-minute drive.
10, 12 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
about a 12-minute drive from the hotel. And the thing about that is, keep something in mind. We fall back the week before. Time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spring forward, fall back.
We will be at Cornerstone Park because I believe sunset's going to be around 4:35, 4:40 in the afternoon. So you'll be there for golden hour as well.
Wow, that's an early sunset.
And I'll tell you this: the adventurous ones of yous because here's what I always say: 80% of the golden hour shots you see are at sunset. Why? Because we tend to be lazy. We don't get up early in the morning, okay? I get up early in the morning. So for those of you that want to get out and do some sunrise shots.
Oh, sunrise shots here are wonderful. Right? Yes.
All sunsets and sunrises are simply spectacular, the way the sky lights up out here.
Well, Tom knows that on the East Coast, about mid-September, the sun will be come up at 7 a.m. So even lazy people get their sunrises. So.
And that only lasts, right? People, Ron, only figure that out in the end of October, and then we switch the time, and they go, "Oh, what happened?" I had that every time.
And of course, the weather's still good at that time of year that you would want to go out when the sun's
man, you talk about spectacular weather. Our falls and springs are heaven out here. I mean, you'll be in the probably upper 60s to low 70s. But keep this in mind. I tell people this all the time. I don't care if you come out here when it's 112 degrees. Bring a light coat or a sweater, okay? Because first off, people go into the casinos and the AC is blasting. But remember out here, we're high desert. So when the sun goes down, the temperature can shift up to 20 to 25 degrees. So that's why you want to make sure you always have a sweater or a light jacket with you.
Hey, Bill, highlight Eddie Nunes' most recent comment in the chat.
I'm not seeing. Let's see.
Eddie's outing me there because what Eddie and I would do is we'd reach out to each other the day before and, hey, you want to go up to Eagle's Nest or something like that? Yeah, okay. What time we want to get up there? And Eddie would always ask me, okay, Tom, what time is sunrise? I tell him. And that would be about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive for us out in New York City. Okay. So, we would go up there. We'd go up there with Stevie Bronx. We'd go up there with Deneen. Okay. Mm-hmm. And just a bunch of people would come up with us on those. And like I said, that's the best thing about this community is getting together with people. And we always had a blast doing that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Eddie's a good friend.
Besides DJI and besides Greg from Pilot Institute, who else is going to be there?
Blue Sky Drones. I don't know if you know Dale Hilton. Dale Hilton as Blue Sky Drones. He's one of the largest DJI commercial drone dealers. He's located in Centralia, Washington. And I got to visit him about a month ago here.
A live show from there.
Yeah, I did a live show from his floor there. And I mean, he had every drone that's conceivable there. And he's a dealer. He actually had the flight cart, which I actually put my arms on the propellers. My short little arm here is the same width as one propeller on that thing. I mean, it is
one blade.
It is
Dale himself is going to be there.
Yeah, Dale's going to be there. Oh yeah, Dale's coming down, and he's bringing 2 or 3 other people coming down. They all are, repairmen for DJI drones. I mean, they have drones apart everywhere. It was really interesting to be there, and I've never been into a shop. I walked in. Every accessory that DJI has, they have hanging on their wall. Yeah, I mean, you can walk in there and grab it and buy it.
Candy store. Bob was in a candy store.
That's like a kid in a penny candy store. Okay.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There were things there I didn't know they made. And
over there, a needle hanging on the wall.
They were there.
Yeah, I was worried about getting them back here in the Vegas area.
DSPA, Vic Moss, and Kenji.
Okay.
They are also sponsors, and they are both going to be here, of
Oh, wow.
course. And they are. You're going to find out what they're. We're kind of keeping their.
Oh, is Bob the only one frozen?
Bob kind of
Yeah, I
froze
think
up
so.
there.
Yeah, I froze up for a second too. That means we took a hit in the neighborhood. But also, we have Recovery One drones.
Oh, okay. Good.
Dre.
Wow.
I'm talking right now with some friends, Aero AI. They're mapping people out of UNLV, University of Nevada. So they're looking to be a sponsor also. So we're just finalizing a deal with them. Bob and I are working on a local hobby place, which is a huge hobby place, by the way. When I say local, I don't mean small. Friendly Hobby. In fact, I was up at Friendly Hobby this past weekend. They opened up an indoor rock climbing and RC racing course.
Wow.
Okay. Under black lights. Okay. In fact, when we first got out here, my wife actually talked me into buying a big Traxxas sledge, a big, desert hauler. And I'm actually bringing that to them and putting an Air 3 air unit in on that car. My wife loves to play with that RC car, but gets disoriented when it's turned in a different direction, right?
Right.
So I figure if I can put an air unit on it, put an old set of goggles, one of my original goggles from my Potato or the Avata, this way she'll have much more fun with it.
She could drive an FPV, yeah.
She can drive an FPV, right?
Yeah.
So we have several vendors, and also, like I said, to have Henderson Park and Recreation. Bob and I went to meet with them. Okay, Bob's longtime connections here in the Vegas Valley. We met with them. They were fantastic folks. We laid out what we were looking to do. They called us back. They said, you know what? We blocked out that date. Not only did we block out that date, since you called it the first annual, we're going to block out dates in the future for you guys also.
Wow, that's great.
And they then turned to us and said, would you guys like us to sponsor you? And we were like, hey, thank you. So, so they're picking up most of the permit fees and all that we would have associated with this in that public park. And, where we have liability insurance, we have all that stuff taken account for, and they're stepping up. And like Bob said earlier, they also are bringing in Henderson Police and Henderson Fire into the mix too, and their special event. They also turned around and asked Bob and I, hey, could we tap you guys to help us with our STEM programs and our summer camp programs? And we were like, absolutely. So a nice partnership is working out there.
That's great.
And I think it's going to benefit all, Bill.
That's a win-win, Tom. That really is. I mean, it's my dad was as an art teacher for over 40 years, and I'm all about great quality education and anything to do to help educate young people, and especially with technology. I mean, it's wow. I mean, that's it doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't.
But let me also mention this, okay? It's not just Bob and I. It's Audrey Dempsey, Bob's wife. Okay, she's a certified travel agent. She's very, very heavily hooked politically in the Valley too. My wife Roz, which just keeps me in order. Okay, she's involved. We have Vaughn Heyer. Vaughn Heyer is the captain of Red Rock Search and Rescue. He's a former Air Force retired officer. He's got his own drone business out here, and he teaches STEM in the charter school system out here. We have just a great mix of people involved. I can't talk enough about it. And then we have Don Hill. So one thing we're going to send out a series of links soon. And one of them is to the site that Don Hill runs, the Las Vegas and Henderson drone pilots, because the exhaustive research that Don has done on where you can fly, is it legal? What do you have to worry about? What are you looking for? I mean, he's documented this whole area to the T. Not only that, he's gotten himself involved with both Clark County and Henderson and talking them into opening up even more parks to drone flying out here. So that's a great advocate we have on our team. And that's the great thing about this. This isn't one person. This is a group of people that have gotten together to put this on. I couldn't do it. Bob couldn't do it by himself. But with the team we have, we really hope, like I said, this is the first annual. That's our goal.
We're going to bring it here, make it work. We're going to have fun. Yeah.
And that's, and that's one thing. I'm glad you said that, Bob. You guys have done, and I know because I've helped put on events like this before in a previous life. And the logistics behind it is off the charts because it's kind of like an iceberg. You only see a little bit on the surface, and beneath the surface, it's like, wow. You have to think, and I know, Tom, you mentioned like liability insurance and things like that, and just logistics and all this, and for the different places and venues and everything. It's just, it's a lot of moving parts and pieces to this. So, I'm going to say this, my hat is off to both of you guys because you know what?
Appreciate that, Bill.
They couldn't pay you enough money to do this, if they had to for what you're doing. But you're doing it for the love of drones because I know you both are all about this. Okay, and that's why I will next year at this time when we go talk about the second one, we're going to have you guys back on again because I'm all about promoting these events. I think it's absolutely fantastic that you're getting the community involved. It's great that first responders are getting involved, police departments are getting involved. They're knocking on your door asking if we can help. Wow. I mean, pinch me. It's just incredible when you get to a point that they're telling you, yeah, we want to help you guys. I mean, this is just, and then you mind if can you help us with STEM? And it's like, well, yeah, duh. I mean, that's a no-brainer kind of a thing, so this is a win for everybody. And I want to tell everybody, all the listeners out there and those that watch the replay, if you have a chance, get out here. Okay. I can tell you right now. Okay. Bob and Tom, it's going to be a first-class event. I can tell you that right now.
Appreciate that.
No questions asked. Okay. So if you can cobble your nickels and dimes together, and like I said, Southwest airfares from most major cities it's not that bad. Okay.
No, it's an international airport, Bill. So you talk about even smaller areas you can get directly here. But let me tell you one thing my wife said to me about this. She said, well, so much for retirement, Tom. Okay. That's what she said to me. Okay.
Well, and I got to say this, and Tom, that's great you brought that up because, my dad retired after 40 years of teaching school. And, he was busier after he retired than when he was doing. I mean, he was so busy doing stuff all the time. I mean, there was no, it's like there's no wondering what was he doing, kind of a thing. And it's the same for me. When I retire, I have probably 5 channels I have going right now, maybe 6, and and live shows and all kind of things. So there's going to be no grass growing under my feet. And I know Ron's the same way.
40 years in public safety, Bill. I did 40 years in the New York City Fire Department, and where did I find time to work? Okay, that's what I say to my wife. Where the heck did I find time to work? Yeah. Okay. And my wife did 35 years in the New York City Fire Department. So
wow. Well, our hats are off to you, and thank you for your service, Tom. We really appreciate that.
Thank you. And in fact, Bill, it was my honor to serve, and we came out here. Okay, pension-friendly state notwithstanding, but we came out here for a better quality of life, and boy, that's exactly what we got out here. So
that's fantastic.
Thrilled to be out here. And then to meet the leprechaun of the Las Vegas Valley. Okay. I mean, how much better does it get? And then I met Mrs. Claus. Okay. Which, by the way, do you know Audrey books him at strip clubs? Because the money's good. Santa does strip clubs. I just got to say, who's got it better than that guy right there? Okay.
Well, you know what? You know what I say about Bob? Bob is the Ray Kelly of the West, okay? Because Bob's enthusiasm. There's only two people I know of that have such incredible enthusiasm about drones and about drone meetups, and it's Ray Kelly and Bob Dempsey, okay? Both you guys, okay? And it's like getting both, having both Bob and Ray around. I mean, it was great last year, going to the South Florida drone meetup. And the one thing,
Bill, I even got to room with Bob one night in South Florida.
Oh,
Remember, Bob?
Did you get any sleep, Ron? Did you get any sleep?
Oh, I'm one of the people. I sleep like a rock.
Mexican food too, Yeah.
And look at Bob. He gets knocked out. He comes back on a cinema camera. Look at that blur behind him.
Wow,
you
look at
must
that.
$10,000 camera.
This is to keep up with Bob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I got to say this, okay? It had such an impression on my wife when we went to the last meetup. She's telling me on the way home, she says, "You better mark this down for 2025 because I'm ready to go." It's like she was like, "Boom, let's mark this down here because she's
going to be a lot of fun things for the wives to do in Las Vegas." I want to tell everybody they are not going to sit around and twiddle their thumbs.
No.
Okay.
But Bill, let me say something. It's what you just mentioned there, because the friendship that developed immediately with Ingrid Fisher, with Jamaris Nunez and my wife at the Rhode Island drone meetup, okay, it took minutes to occur. And that is part of what makes this so great.
Yeah.
Is having our significant others involved with us, okay, and contributing to this. And you're going to, if you're out here, you're going to meet them all. You'll meet them.
Yeah.
All. They'll be here.
You know what? I say? If Mark Fisher is coming to your event, you better go to the bathroom before you're around Mark, because you're going to bust.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'll tell you what. It's like, okay, the 2 meetups ago for the South Florida drone meetup, he's ordering Shirley Temples at the bar. Okay. And I, you know what? I hadn't heard that in decades. Somebody ordering a Shirley Temple. I looked at him and I said, "You are the real deal, my friend." Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go.
So the first time, Bill, I met Mark face to face was in a parking lot of a hotel up in Rhode Island. And he zoomed in. He had I forget what it was. I think it was a Lamborghini SUV he had. And he zoomed up and almost hit me. And my wife saw dollar signs. Then Mark got out. And I said, "Well, put those dollar signs away. It's Mark." Okay? We laughed the whole time we were there with Mark. He's just nonstop. And I'm afraid Mark and Bob and Ray in the same physical space, there might be some kind of chemical reaction there we have to be concerned about. Oh, but then again, remember the nuclear test site is just north of us.
That may be like Armageddon and just a boom, everything's gone kind of thing. But no,
Hey, quick guy. Jay Bird's got a question, Chad. Jay Bird has young kids, and he's asking, is there anything for young kids to do at the meetup?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, there is quite a few things. There is the Pinball Hall of Fame here.
That's a great place. Oh, my God. That's a great place.
Most giant arcade you've ever seen in your life. I mean, that is just, one thing. I mean, there is some beautiful places outside of town to take kids out. A lot of fun. There's bowling, movies. There's
an arcade right in the resort we're at.
Yes.
There's an arcade for the kids.
Do you have any ice cream places out there?
Many ice cream places.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, there's in the food court at Green Valley. Okay, you have Baskin Robbins as one of the food court places.
They don't leave the hotel. Multiple ice cream options here.
Well, we're after 9 here, and kind of want to wrap things up.
We appreciate it.
Do you have any? And then Ron, any closing thoughts here?
I'll let in the interest of time, I'll let Bob and Tom give the closing thoughts.
Okay,
Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
I just really appreciate everyone. I mean, we are really working hard to make this just a fun 2-3 days for everybody. I know some people are booking 5 days here, but you know, and that's good too. We're gonna have 5 days of fun.
We'll be around.
I mean, if you want to see Las Vegas, you want to see just a lot of fun places to fly, and hopefully we make a lot of good connections. And I hope everybody leaves with a brand new Air 3S or a
Neo or
Neos there, or I just don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I mean, there's going to be quite a few things from DJI's different products, microphones and Pocket 3s or Pocket 4s,
You heard it here first, folks. Bob predicts the Pocket 4.
Hey, it's going to happen. I guarantee you. Just as there was a Mini 4, there's going to be a Pocket 4, and there's going to be a Mini 5, and a 6 and a 7. Long after we're gone.
but no Spark 2, Bob.
Yes.
No Spark 2.
Yes, definitely.
And I would also suggest, look, whether it's your camera phone or you bring a camera with you, or it's your Pocket 3 or your action camera, bring them along with you. Let me tell you something. There's so many free things to do also, like the Bellagio, Mandalay Bay. The lobbies are just off the hook. And the way they redecorate them every so many months will just blow you away with what they have there. Yeah. I mean, the fountain at the Bellagio, everything going on. Like I said at the beginning, Bill, this place is larger than life. Not only that, if you want to play bulldozer soccer, okay, or drive a backhoe, or drive a Lamborghini Gallardo on a track, or a NASCAR, or go out in ATVs or side-by-sides, or fly in a Huey helicopter shooting a 50 cal out the door. This is a wonderland out here. There is so many different things to do. And what I would suggest to people, if you're coming out here, go visit Vegas.com also. Yeah. Just take a look at what's up there. You want to go horseback riding, do a sunset ride in Red Rock Canyon. There's just so many different things to do here. It's hard to really summarize it all, Bill. But I also want to say, Bill, thank you so much for providing your platform. Okay, you got a nice reach there. We really appreciate it. And Ron, it's always a blast to see you, brother.
I can't wait to see you guys in 2 months or something almost.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's close.
Close. Tom and Bob, I can't thank you guys enough for coming on tonight. Really, I was really looking forward to this. I was telling Valerie about it, and Valerie's usually in La La Land because she has to get up early for work. But,
right.
She'll watch part of this tomorrow as well too, because it's such a great service for what you guys do. Okay, and I think it's one of these things. The more you do, the better it's like, I went to think I was going to be a help, and you're the one that gets the blessing in return. Okay. And I think that's both of you guys. I think that's what you're doing. You're doing this work, not because you want to do it. You're doing it because you like doing it. Okay. And there's a big difference. Okay. It's like, I'm on the tail end of my career here, and it's just like, okay, I'm getting through and I'm getting stuff done. But I tell you what, things that you like, you really put an incredible effort. And I know both of you guys have done that with this, and you guys always have a platform here. If there's any updates you guys want to do before the meetup, let me know. I'll get you guys on. That's never a problem, because I'm always a proponent of that, especially now, that Spin Up is going away. It's we're going to have 2 real major drone meetups each year, South Florida drone meetup and the Vegas meetup. And, we're always all about that. So you guys, kudos to you.
And don't forget Minefield, which was just last weekend.
And Minefield was just last weekend.
Minefield.
birthday.
So we're covering the country.
Our Herman Lawrence getting something together in New York.
They're doing their annual barbecue in Calvert Vaux Park, and I've been to it in the past.
Where the Yellow Submarine is.
The Yellow Submarine. If you go up to my site, go search my videos, you'll see film of that. You know, I'm a form of those guys. Two good guys there. They are putting on their little barbecue in Calvert Vaux Park, which is a legal place to fly in New York City. Go figure that, right?
People requested that.
A great place to fly out there.
I know they've done it before. I know Captain Ray's flown there.
Yeah.
Yes. And hopefully this time Captain Ray will be brave enough
Unique
to fly all the way to the Yellow Submarine and back, okay? Which isn't that far, but it's a great opportunity to capture some great sights there. So definitely, look, we covered the East Coast. Minefield covered what is out of Tennessee, and here we are in the great Southwest of the United States. So we got a nice, like I said, how much better does a community get than this community?
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
Guys, thanks so much for being on. Thanks for a great chat tonight. Those of you in the audience, as always, guys, remember, it's a great day to fly. Take care and have a great rest of your week.
Good night, folks.